Hi, I'm Gracie Murphy, president of Heart of Christ Justice Project in Honduras. I'm here today to talk to you about prayer. And the last couple times we talked about worship and the importance of going into the throne room, of going into worship and being in His presence. And so now we're going to talk about prayer and the importance of prayer. I want to read a quick thing out of Romans. It says in Romans 13, verses 11 and 12, it says, "And do this, understanding the present times." We're in difficult times right now, so understanding the present times is what we need to do. "The hour has come for you to wake up from your slumber, because our salvation is nearer now than when we first believed. The night is nearly over. The day is almost here." But that's talking about the return of Christ. "So let us put aside the deeds of darkness and put on the armor of light." How do we put on the armor of light? We go into the prayer room, we go into the throne room, we go into the Lord's presence through worship. And, I was never a person who was very good at prayer, and I always, as a leader in ministry, I always felt inadequate, and that's the thing that keeps coming to me. If you've seen our Journey to Justice videos, you know that my testimony. And I've always had the I'm not good enough or whatever. But something came across my path, and I know it was destiny. It was God. And first I want to say, Priscilla Scherer, thank you for these two books. And this book is The Armor of God. It's a Bible study by Priscilla Scherer. Priscilla, we love you so much, and we pray for you too. She put out this study, The Armor of God, that talks about the armor of God and how to put it on and what all the pieces mean. I highly recommend anybody who wants to learn about prayer that you need to read this book. And when you finish this book, then you need to read this book. You can't really see the title because I was at the Lifeway Women's Leadership Conference a couple years ago, and they gave us these. It's the nice leather-bound. It's Fervent, also by Priscilla Scherer. In the beginning of it, she has a little note here, and it says, it's from the Lord of the Rings and the Two Towers, and Theoden and Aragorn are talking, and Theoden says, "I will not risk open war," and Aragorn says, "Open war is upon you, whether you should risk it or not." And that's the reality. We are in a place where spiritual battles, spiritual wars are happening. It's not about people. It's not about a war between people, and maybe we'll talk more about that in some other sessions. But I'm going to read just a couple lines out of her book. She says, "A very real enemy has been strategizing and scheming against you, assaulting you, coming after your emotions, your mind, your man, your child, and your future." Priscilla, those are great words. She says, "We simply don't have the luxury of playing nice with prayer. Not if we want things to change." Do you want to change things in your life? The way to do that and the way to get into the throne room is through worship, but the way to change things in your life is through prayer. So this book here teaches you how to be strategic in your prayer. It teaches you what are the ways that the devil will come against you. He'll attack your family, he'll attack your passion, he'll attack your finances, he'll attack your present state of mind, he'll bring your past across in your mind. How many of you ever sat there and had things from your past play over and over and over and over again in your mind? That happens to me all the time. And so through these two books, we learn how to have a strategic battle plan. And I'm sure you've seen the movie War Room. If you have not, you need to watch the movie War Room. So this is a result of these two books. So what I have done is I have written out every single prayer. I've come across prayers that I like. I've come across a whole bunch of things. And it says, spiritual victory is directly connected with our ability to undisguise the enemy. So where are the attacks? He knows the button to push on you. I write little notes in here, things to remember, and then I have my prayers sometimes. Like I have a picture of Honduras here so that I can pray over the country of Honduras. This is probably really weird to you, but I'm telling you, this is my war book. Some people will do stickies on the wall like they show in War Room. But in one of these books, she talks about how her grandmother had a notebook, just one of those little dime store notebooks, and she wrote her prayers out, and she asked her grandmother, why she wrote them out, and her grandmother said, so I won't forget. So this is a way for us, a strategy for us. There's another thing that says, our praying needs to be pressed and pursued with an energy that never tires, a persistency which will not be denied, and a courage that never fails. That was a quote from E.M. Bounds. And in the front here on the bottom, spiritual warfare doesn't take a day off. I think I already said that, but I want you to remember this is a daily thing. This is something we do every single day. It's changed my life. It's changed our ministry. It's changed the atmosphere and the culture of our ministry. And so there's a whole bunch of different prayers. Some are ones that I found somewhere else. Like this one is the number 8 prayer from, what's his name? I can't think of his name at the moment. There's a pastor. I have his book up here. He has a book called Number 8, amazing pastor. John Gray, that's who it is. So I've got his number 8 prayer here. John Gray, thank you for that. My blessed prayer, I don't remember where I got this, but I got that from another place. There was a New Year's Day prayer that I got from somewhere, which if you take out the specific dates in it, you could do it every day. And then I did every single strategy that Priscilla gave. She gave 10 strategies for prayer. So this first one is passion, and these tabs are for, now I don't pray all of these prayers every day. I go into worship, and then when I feel led to pray a certain thing, I pray the certain thing. And then there's some days that I just pray through the book. And some days that I don't even pray, I just spend time in worship. So what I want you to know in all of this is the power that's in prayer, the power of worship and prayer together. It's united. Sometimes, like I said, I come into the throne room, I come into the seat, and it's just worship. That's all it is. I'm spending time with the Lord. And then there are other times I come in and I'm doing a song, and then I'm doing a prayer, and then I'm doing a song, and then I'm doing a prayer, and then I'm doing a couple prayers, and I'm doing a song. And then there's some days where I just put on instrumental music and worship music, and then I'm just reading through prayers. So I challenge you. Here's another challenge. I'm really big on challenging people, always putting people in the fire. But every day, take that time, 20 minutes, half hour, an hour, every morning, and go into worship first, and then let the Lord lead you. Read these 2 books. Of course, I have my book, which you know about, Journey to Justice, but The Armor of God by Priscilla Shirer, and Fervent. Let me see, I'll pull this out. There we go. Fervent by Priscilla Shirer. Both of these books. First The Armor of God, then Fervent. And write out. Do what it says. Write out. This took me about 2 years to write all of these out, and I still have more that I'm writing out. And specific attacks. So the next few episodes of this podcast, I'm actually going to be praying specific prayers. So if you don't know how to pray, this will give you an example of how you can put it all together. But read these 2 books. Do this study. So we're out of time. I'm actually over time. But love you guys. And don't forget, as always, push the like button. And also push the follow button. And please share this. Push the share button and share this with others so that they can receive these messages too. God bless. Love you. Bye.